Okay, I've made videos on this topic before, but I'm going to make another one. At the moment, I'm using a piece of software called GIMP. I refuse to say that word. That is the name of the software, because it's just a joke. I have to use this software at the moment as an alternative to Photoshop. And it is not an alternative to Photoshop. It is not a viable alternative to Photoshop. It is a hideous mound of rubbish. Why? Because it is a developer's playground. It's not a tool, it's a joke. Nothing works the way you would anticipate it to, so they're breaching the rules of design in terms of interpretability. You try to use something, it doesn't work the way you want to do it, the way you want it to. What really got on my nerves right now, that's made me feel I have to make a video, is that they have error messages that come up, right? First of all, you have at the bottom of the screen, you have this status bar, and it keeps telling you superfluous, nonsensical information that you don't need to know. It's like your cursor is here, or if you press this button, then this will happen. Try doing this. And it's like they're treating the user as if they're an infant. So you say, okay, I don't want the status bar. Oh no, because then if you make a mistake, which you're not actually making a mistake, right? There are certain tools on that thing which is similar to Photoshop, such as select. You can add to a selection, you can have a new selection, you can subtract from a selection, or you can intersect with the existing selection. Fine. If you dare to click when it's on the wrong function, oh, error message, you can't do this, and you tried to get rid of that from the status bar by removing the status bar, but no, the error message comes up. So you think, okay, I'm irritated by this, I'll press escape to get rid of it. It won't go away. You have to go into the box and click out of it to get rid of the thing, right? So you think, okay, I'll go to Task Manager. Even if you click out of this program, it's still made to be the primary window on your desktop. So you can close the program, this thing will still be there, this stupid error message. Why? Because the morons who have developed this software, I don't know what the heck is going on with these people. There is no leadership. It seems that they're all more interested in scratching each other's backs and saying, oh, well done, that's an interesting piece of code that you've written, it makes it do this. Oh, how wonderful, than they are worried about how the user interacts with the thing. I can't use the thing. It is the most useless tool you could ever imagine. People say, oh, it's so powerful. It is powerless. That is the state of that software. It is an awful, hideous mound of rubbish. It is completely unusable, and I can imagine developers sitting there right now going, ha ha ha, we know. But the thing is, such a piece of software is a joke and a trap for people who genuinely want to use a software alternative to Photoshop. So you've got these nasty, self-indulgent, egotistical, narcissistic idiot developers sitting there playing with this thing, and then they got the audacity to present it as an alternative to Photoshop, which, whether they're declaring it or not, is exactly what they're doing. It's an image manipulation program. But it's not. It's a mess. It's a complete mess. And it's an example of what happens when you've got too many cooks spoiling the broth. No one's in charge of it, and you can tell that if there is someone in charge of it, all they're doing is saying, oh, I don't want to upset this developer because he's put so much effort into this particular aspect of the software. Wouldn't it be upsetting to him if I told him it was nonsense? Which 99% of the stuff in that software is. You can see it's just an indulgent exercise for software developers to sit there and go, oh, look at how wonderful this piece of code is that I've written. Let's put it in. And you can tell the person running the thing is going, yeah, that's a great idea, whilst not thinking at all about the end user. So you end up with this stuff, which is this software, which is an absolute disastrous mess. You can't use the thing. And then, as well as these error messages, if you happen to click in the wrong place, you've got everything flashes blue at you as if you've made a mistake. No, they're trying to cover up how useless their software is. And that never happens in Photoshop. If you click in the wrong place, you clicked in the wrong place. Figure it out for yourself. No, not so with this particular nonsensical software. You're to blame. You've got, look, it flashes blue at you. Look, you should have pressed here. You've made a mistake. You're stupid. That's how it comes across to the user. That I cannot understand. These people developing this stuff, probably a lot of them are involved in the industry. How do they not know how to design software that people would want to use? They've taken, in principle, a great idea and they've just completely obliterated it so you can't use it. It's a travesty trying to use this software. I will refer to it as GNU IMP, because I'm not going to use their stupid acronym that they've applied to it, because frankly it's an insult to every single person who dares to use it as a piece of software. It is rubbish. I categorically state this. No matter who defends it, no matter who says, oh, but it is trash. It is a desperately diabolical, awful piece of software because it doesn't have any leadership. There is no economic incentive. Yes, I don't care if it's free open source software. I don't care. The fact is, if you're going to make something, make sure it works. Whenever you're making something, the end user is the boss, not the developers. They don't get their way, the end user gets their way. The developer doesn't sit there covering their backside for how bad the software is. No, they've got enough developers involved in this software to ensure the software is a very, very streamlined, highly functioning piece of kit. But it is not. It is a disaster because it's run, and it's demonstrably run by people who have no clue what they're doing with regard to development for what's the word? The consumer market. These guys are making it's an exercise yard for software engineers or software developers. It's a joke. I don't know how to describe. I want to meet other people who use this software, who understand how bad it is. If I was involved in that software, I would be ashamed of myself. I would be embarrassed to even put my name next to that software. But it's got the feel of software that's actually led by someone who doesn't want to rock the boat, who doesn't want to offend anybody, and as such, everyone who's involved in that piece of software gets to play to their heart's content. Ooh, because I don't want to tell them that what they've created is rubbish. And that's the problem. The software is trash and it's unusable. I have slogged through trying to use this thing, trying to get past its attempts to insult my intelligence by declaring that I've made mistakes, when it's just the software developers covering their own backsides by planting error messages everywhere if you click in the wrong... No. If your software has to have error messages flash up because someone has clicked in the wrong place, the problem is with your software, not the end user. You do not cover it up by throwing error messages at them, you dopes. I don't know what to say about this software, except for when I'm finished with the project that I'm using it for, I hope never to ever use that software again. There's nothing good about it. Whatever redeeming feature it might have, it is not good enough. Imagine a car where you had your steering wheel and it only worked 85% of the time. It would be a car you would not drive. And that is GNU Image Manipulation Program. In a sentence, it is a car within which the steering wheel works, say, 85 to 90% of the time. What a joke. Fix it or continue being lambasted by people who hate your software, you morons.